All right, I'm so excited. I'm finally going clamming, lived here all my life, and we've got a specialist with us, Alex Bradbury from the State Department of Fish and Wildlife, right?
That's exactly right.
He's a bivalve specialist. So we're at Birch Bay State Park. Alex is with us. Now, what are we going to get today here, Alex?
Well, we're going to get what people call steamer clams. They're the kind of clams you'd get in a restaurant if you ordered steamed clams.
Okay.
And there's two varieties here, two species. The manila clams, which were originally from Asia, but have been here since the 1930s. And then there's also the native little neck clams, which have been here forever.
Okay.
And there's a mixture of these two on this beach.
You got to get your license, too.
A license costs $12, and everyone 15 or older needs a license.
Okay.
But it's good for a year.
Uh-oh, I don't have a license. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, you can help me take a biological sample.
Okay. Woohoo! So, can you clam any time of the year?
On this particular beach, yes.
Okay.
But on other beaches, some of them have seasons, so you want to get our shellfish regulation pamphlet that shows you what the regulations are on all the individual beaches.
You carry that with you everywhere?
Absolutely. I tend to forget them.
It's like your Bible, isn't it? All right, I think I'm ready to dig.
Okay. Well,
let's go.
We can do that. We still got a half hour till the low tide.
Oh, okay,
but,
good.
As you can see, there's plenty of beach here, and you don't really need that low of a tide to go digging for these steamer clams. They tend to be high on the beach.
What do you look for a good clamming spot?
Well, on some beaches, I look for little holes where the clam siphons are poking out, but it's hard to see that on this beach.
Right.
So I'm just in a good area that's not too high on the beach, gets a lot of water, but is not too low. It's got gravel and rock. And it's just kind of trial and error. If you spend more than about 15, 20 seconds looking for clams and you don't find them, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
You know, a few yards away.
It's fun because it's kind of like a treasure hunt, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. And I've never clammed on this beach before, so this is, you know, a new experience for me. So we'll just dig a small hole with this garden cultivator and see if we get anything. Okay, there we found a clam.
We found one.
There you go.
And this is a little manila?
Well, I'm going to check that in just a minute. Yes, that's a manila.
Oh, there's another one.
Okay, here we've got another one. This is a native little neck right here.
You can tell that just by looking.
Yes,
okay.
A native little neck.
Right.
And that's a nice sized one too. Now, one thing you want to do is make sure that your clams are legal size. So I brought a clam gauge along to do that. And you can buy these at a hardware store or a sporting goods store. You can also use them to measure crab, but right now we're going to use it to measure clams. They have to be 1.5 inches long.
Okay.
And so if they won't fall through this hole, that means they're legal. So this clam is very obviously legal. So we can keep him. Let's try this fella. Okay.
Oh.
He won't fall through, so he's good too.
He's good too.
Okay, now Deb, now that you know what we're looking for, you can do a little biological sampling for me.
Oh, that sounds so official. Okay. See, I guess I thought that you always needed like a big old shovel and stuff. I didn't realize that they were so close to the surface.
Well, a shovel works. That works fine. I just don't like to carry too much stuff down on the beach. And for me, these little cultivators work fine, but it's up to your individual preference what you want to use.
Okay.
A garden spade might work well on a beach like this that has a lot of cobble. So this seems like a pretty good area to dig, so I'm just going to keep on expanding our little excavation here and see what we come up with.
How many can one person get at a time?
Well, the limit per day is 40 clams or 10 pounds, whichever comes first.
Okay.
So with these little steamers we're going to get 40 clams long before we get 10 pounds.
Right.
If we were digging really big butter clams, we might reach 10 pounds before we get to 40.
Well, I think we have enough to make ourselves a little feast, right?
Sure.
You're going to show us how to cook these?
Absolutely.
That's our bounty. It's time to eat it.
Absolutely.
You say it's really easy to prepare them.
Very easy. To steam clams, all you need is just a little bit of water in a pot this size, maybe ½ an inch, and then we just dump the clams in.
And all you've done at this point is rinse them with water.
That's right.
Okay.
You can scrub them a little bit if you want.
To get some of the sand off of there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? Yeah, no.
Okay.
This could be all.
This
that we
could
need.
be all you have to do is cover it at this point and let them open, steam open.
Okay, but we want a few.
We're going to do something
things.
a little bit more gourmet.
Okay.
We're going to add a little bit of lemon, I think. And, you know, cooking is always better with butter, so let's add some butter. You know, again, you don't have to do any of this to make good steamed clams. And maybe a little bit of, how about a little bit of garlic?
Ooh, I like the garlic,
And
yeah.
again, cooking is always better with garlic, so let's just add a little bit of that. And finally, how about a little bit of wine?
Oh, you know me, don't you?
You know, you can use beer, you can use sake, you can use tequila, almost any alcohol will work. I wouldn't use peppermint schnapps, but
Okay. And that's it?
that's all you have to do. Just put the lid on and we'll wait for them to steam open. Okay, let's check on the clams. If they're open, they're ready to eat.
I'd say they're open.
Okay, let's scoop them out and start dining.
Now, as we're eating these, Alex, as long as they're open, they're good to eat, right? You wouldn't.
That's good.
You wouldn't eat one that hasn't opened after
No,
being in water.
if they haven't opened after some good steaming, throw them away.
Okay. And also, we have to mention red tide. What's the
Yes.
deal with red tide?
You always want to check on the status of the beach before you go clamming.
Okay.
This morning, before we came out to the beach, I checked on the internet, the Department of Health's webpage, and I found out that there is no red tide or paralytic shellfish poisoning here that's affecting these steamer clams.
Okay.
So they're safe
we're good
eat.
to go. From the ocean to our mouths in a matter of what, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's all it took.
Delicious.